discovery. A cell is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Every cell in the body is meant to have a specific function. The first cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665, using a microscope. Cell as the basic unit of life. In all the organisms, life starts as a single cell called the zygote. Each cell has its own lifespan ranging from minutes to years. Old and dead cells are continuously replaced by new cells as a cell can divide and multiply. Discovery of microscope. The first microscope was constructed by Dutch scientist Antony van Leeuwenhoek using a single biconvex lens, and hence called it as a simple microscope. He was known to make 400 microscopes, out of which some of them had a considerable magnifying power up to 200 times. Compound and electron microscope. Robert Hooke's compound microscope used concave mirror to reflect light that was bent using two lenses for a magnification up to 2000 times. Later, electron microscope was invented that used beam of electrons bent by magnets to have a magnification of 2 lakh times. Compound and elect by Schleiden, Schwann and Rudolf Virchow. It states that 1. The smallest structural and functional unit of life is a cell. 2. All living organisms are made up of cells. 3. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. Cell size and shape. All cells vary in size and shape. A bacteria-like mycoplasma is the smallest cell, which can be seen under an electron microscope, and an ostrich egg is the largest cell. In humans, the smallest, largest, and longest cell is sperm, ovum, and neuron respectively. Cell surface area. The size of a cell largely affects the functioning of the cell. Smaller the cell, greater is its efficiency as the surface area of cells increase, and that facilitates greater diffusion of nutrients, metabolic wastes, respiratory gases, etc. Any damage to the cell can be easily repaired. Let's see how different shapes of the cells are related to their functions. 1. Human RBC is circular and biconcave, to pass through narrow blood capillaries. 2. Neuron is long to conduct impulses. 3. WBCs are amoeboid to squeeze out of blood capillaries. 4. Muscle cell is long and contractile to pull or squeeze the parts. A typical cell shows 1. Cell membrane. 2. Cytoplasm. 3. Nucleus. Eukaryotic cells have organelles within the cytoplasm. Plant and animal cells. They have a distinct nucleus. Most organelles in them are common, with few exclusive organelles in each. Hence, they both differ in their functions. Cell membrane. Each cell is surrounded by a cell membrane, or plasma membrane, that is selectively permeable to substances that can pass through their pores. In plant cells, outer to the cell membrane is a freely permeable cell wall made up of mostly cellulose that makes it non-living and rigid. Cytoplasm. The fluid portion of a cell inner to the cell membrane is called the cytoplasm. Water is its chief constituent. Dissolved in it are the organic and inorganic biomolecules for chemical reactions. All organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm. Nucleus is mostly a centrally placed spherical structure, surrounded by a double selectively permeable nuclear membrane. It is filled with dense nuclear plasm, and contains one or more nucleoli that produces the ribosomes and RNA. It contains dense network of thread-like chromatin made up of DNA. Functions of nucleus. Nucleus is important for cell division. Chromatin fibers become thick and ribbon-like called chromosomes during cell division. They are made up of DNA and is inheritable. Chromosome number is specific for different species. Example: human cell 46, horse 64, Certain ferns 1260. Chromosome transfer. During fertilization, chromosomes are inherited from parents to offspring. It is composed of genes made up of DNA. Characteristics of a species is determined by genes, and not the number of chromosomes. Example: lion, house cat, all have 38 chromosomes, but are different species. Nucleoid. A striking feature of a bacterial cell is the presence of a nucleoid. If a nucleus is not well defined, it is called a nucleoid. Its genetic material is a single chromosome made of DNA. Ribosomes. Endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is an irregular network of double-membrane tubules running within a cell, acting as the cytoskeleton. It helps to distribute materials. Ribosomes. They helps in protein synthesis. They are present in the cytoplasm, and on the ER. ER is rough, RER, or smooth, SER, based on the ribosomes on it. Mitochondria, and Golgi apparatus. Mitochondria is a spherical, or rod-like, double-walled organelles, within a wall foldings called cristae, for respiration, and producing ATP. Golgi apparatus, or dictyosomes in plant cells. It is a stack of flat membranous sacs with small vesicles for secretion of enzymes, hormones, etc. Plastids are present only in the plant cell. Chloroplasts are green in color, has chlorophyll to trap solar energy, and absorb carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Chromoplasts imparts yellow, red, and orange pigments like xanthophyll, and keratins to plants. Leucoplasts are colorless, stores starch. Example: potato. Anthocyanins present in the cell sap, and gives blue, violet, or purple color to the plants. Lysosomes and centrosomes. Lysosomes are also called as-suicide bags. They are membranous sacs formed from the Golgi apparatus, contain lytic enzymes to destroy foreign bodies. Centrosome is found in animal cells only. They are made of centrioles. It has two short bundles of microtubules arranged perpendicularly to each other, forming spindle fibers during cell division. Cell are the presence of cell wall, plastids, and a large vacuole for storage. The term protoplasm is the colorless material comprising the living part of a cell. It includes the cytoplasm, nucleus, and other organelles. Features of an animal cell. The cell wall is absent. Centrosome is present. Plastids are absent. Vacuoles, if present, are small and temporary. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells are generally small, ranging from 1 to 10 microns. In these cells, the nuclear region is not defined, and the nuclear membrane is absent. They mostly possess a single chromosome dispersed in the cytoplasm. Membrane-bound cell organelles are absent in these cells. Example: bacteria and cyanobacteria. Eukaryotic cells are large cells ranging from 5 to 100 microns. These cells have well-defined nucleus, and a distinct nuclear membrane. More than one chromosome is present in eukaryotic cells. They possess membrane-bound cell organelles. Example: animal and plant cells. Life features. The activity of a living organism is the outcome of various cellular activities like growth, repair, or regeneration, movement, feeding, nutrition, etc. Therefore, all body functions are carried out by cells, but cells are specialized for performing a particular function.